Hi, and welcome to Josh and Tim Talk Sports. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Josh Dome.
And got a few topics today.
About sports? Huh?
We do.
Oh,
we do
okay.
about sports. Yeah,
Interesting.
we do.
We don't talk about this.
We're not going to
very
talk
much.
politics on here.
What?
Nah.
That's usually our go-to, Tim.
We'd probably get canceled if we did.
Jeez.
Because,
You can't say anything now.
You can't, but no, you know what you can say? Nasty, horrible things that aren't true about people.
You are allowed to lie and say whatever you want.
Yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You got me on this, Josh. This is bad. So one thing I know, and I'll say this. One thing I know is, like, Harrison Butker would not like me. You know what? I take that as a true compliment. I do.
Oh boy.
He's a piece of crap.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a piece of crap.
Interesting.
Yeah. He thinks his wife should be chained to the kitchen stove.
Oh.
And she's only good for making babies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's basically what he said
Wow.
in that speech he gave.
Wow.
Yeah. So, let's move on.
All right.
Since we don't talk politics on this show.
Yeah.
We got the Guardians are 40-20. 40-20.
Oh yeah. Looking good.
Like, I knew they'd be good this year. I knew they'd be better than last year. But honestly, 40-20. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And I think the Royals found out something last night.
Yeah.
Being up 5 runs is nothing. Yeah.
That's
Smacked around Seth Lugo.
That's what a number one team does, Tim. That's what
It
a number one
is.
team does.
It is. It really is. That's what a good team does. They're never out of it.
I told people when it was 5-0, it's not over yet. Still very early.
I didn't give up, but I was in the dugout at our game, and I was like, "Oh, 5-0. That's not good." And then they hit. Jose drove in a run, and then Naylor hit the home run.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we left the place, we were at Rec Park in Painesville. By the time we left, it was 5-3, and the 7th inning was beginning. And it takes 19, 20 minutes to get home from there.
Yeah.
It was 8-5 when we got home. Like, it was like, it was over. Like,
They're that good,
yeah.
you know?
And, and Minnesota lost last night to the Yankees.
Oh, no.
I tweeted at Ted. I did. I let him know that the Guardians can beat good teams and that they can't.
Yep.
They are still the Yankees. I'm going to say it. They are still the Yankees. The Minnesota Twins, Ted Scwertz's Minnesota Twins, are still the Yankees, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, you get them, Tim. I agree, though. I agree.
They are. They can't be good teams. I can't remember exactly what the record is. I think they're like 13-22 against teams above 500. The Guardians are 17-8. Yeah.
The Guardians' wins don't count, Tim.
They must not.
They don't count.
They must not. Oh, and they're 7 up on the Twins now, too.
Oh.
And 5 up on the Kansas City Royals. So, after that game last night. And I think today, they're doing the bullpen game because of the rain. Because you don't know. They don't want to put a starter out there, and they don't want Tanner Bybee to start and then pitch an inning, and you know what I mean? So I think it's a good thing. Nick Sandlin is starting tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so. But the 40-20 record is 3 games better than 1948 and 1 game better than 1920.
Wow.
So, and people are like, oh, well, what was it in 95? What was it in 99? Well, guess what? What was it in 54? Well, guess what? They didn't win anything. They didn't win the World Series. So I don't care what it was those years.
Exactly.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter
I care
what
about
your record
48
is.
and 20.
It doesn't matter what your record is if you win the World Series.
Yeah, I'm going to compare it to those two teams because they won the World Series.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
Why am I going to compare it to a team where they didn't win?
Come on.
I just don't even So, yeah. So 3 games ahead of 1920 or 1948 and 1 ahead of 1920. They must have been something in 1920. They must have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That team must have really been something. I think they ended up winning 98.
Wow.
But you think about that, too. With like a month and a half left in the season, Ray Chapman, one of their best players, got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And they still won the World Series.
Yeah? That's crazy.
How good was that team? Must have been pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've not got a chance to watch any video from that season.
Oh, come on. I'm sure there's tape everywhere.
Yeah,
Tom.
it's out there, I'm sure, yeah. Oh, well, probably when they played the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
But
they got recordings from 18,000 BC of the Yankees playing.
You mean the Highlanders?
Yeah.
Their original name? They changed their name? No.
Sin.
From what I understand, 15 Major League teams of the 30 have changed their name at one point or the other.
Wow.
Isn't that something? I wonder if their fans whined about it. Like little twins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good insert there.
So, but yeah, it's been fun to watch so far, and hopefully it continues. They have to go 50. How about this? They have to go 50 and 52 to win 90 games. 50 and 52.
Wow.
They don't even have to be over 500 to win 90 games at this point.
Wow.
I mean, they're on pace right now. I think it's like to win 107. 108, actually. If you go by the percentage, it's 108.
Wow.
I'm going to be happy with 100, 105. 102 is the franchise record. Well, no, 111 in 1954. I don't think they'll get that.
No.
But 102 in 2017. Another year they didn't win the World Series, so that doesn't really matter. But it's most of my lifetime.
Yeah.
Yours too.
Yeah.
Yours too.
Mine too.
Yeah.
For sure.
You don't have as many losing seasons in your lifetime as I have.
Very true.
I
grew up with Tito, so
You grew up with winning.
yeah.
Yeah, like as Charlie Sheen would say, winning. Or Dave Mortosh, the guy that does the stocks on Fox 8. Yeah, I like that guy. He believes in winning.
Winning.
Yeah. So, I think that's what Stephen Rote believes in too. I really do. I'm pretty sure he does.
It shows.
Yeah, that team loves him. And like what I love is he's not afraid to bring up Jerry Francona.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? And the guys aren't afraid to bring it up too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Will Brennan, that one interview where he's talking about, Tito instilled the mindset in us, and now Voter is continuing it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so many times a new manager will come in, well, we're not talking about that guy. Stephen Vogt is respectful and realizes, who he followed.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That's why you see success, Tim.
I mean, yeah, exactly. These catchers, man, they're good managers.
Yeah.
They're good managers, good pitching coaches. They know the game because they have to know everything that's going on.
True.
Think about that. They really do. Your teammate and a kid that I did not ruin, Kelvin will be a good coach. His dad's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
His dad is, you credit his dad for most of your being good. And look how he developed Kelvin. You know what I mean? Like, wow. And he didn't, like, a lot of these dads will develop a kid and like, you're doing this and strict. And Mike wasn't like that.
No.
Mike is laid back. That's what Kelvin is. You know what I mean?
He just instilled the mindset of loving baseball.
And I think Calvin loved baseball
Yeah.
from the second he was born.
Yeah.
I feel like, from what his mom says, you know. But yeah, I mean, catchers though, they have that extra something, you know. And Stephen Vogt, man, he's got it.
He does.
You know, he knows how to talk to these young guys. He just played. You know, I mean, it's really good. And then he's got Carl Willis.
I mean,
are you kidding me?
That always helps.
And Sandy Alomar.
Come on.
He's got two guys that really know the organization.
Yep.
A great pitching coach.
A great.
He's got a guy
coach.
who played here in Alomar, who understands the whole thing. You know, it's like, yeah, having those two on your first staff is huge.
It is.
You know,
every little piece goes towards the success.
Yes.
Every little piece.
Austin Hedges coming back. Can we talk enough about Austin Hedges?
I could talk about that guy all day.
I know.
Come on.
I just love Austin Hedges. I mean,
I don't even care if he strikes out every at bat.
I'd
rather watch him play.
Or see him in the dugout when something happens, or, you know, it's just unbelievable. And I think Carlos Carrasco with the young pitchers too. You know, it matters. It does. It matters a lot.
It does.
Especially since Bieber's out and not with the team because he's rehabbing. You know, you got Carrasco's there. This guy who's been through everything.
Right.
He's been to a World Series. You know, he's almost pitched a perfect game. He's been through it all. He's been through the low points. You know, the low points that most of us can't even understand. You know, so they've got all these things. You know, are their numbers gaudy like the Yankees or the Dodgers, like home run wise and things? No, they're not. But I believe it could have changed since I saw this. But just recently, within the last 5 days, they were leading the American League in runs scored.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Come on.
Sounds right.
Their batting average is like 20th, but I don't care.
Who cares?
I like to know what their batting average is with runners on base or runners in scoring position.
Or just minus Gabriel Arias.
Oh, Lord. It's just so bad. One of them, their time's running out, and I think it's him. Because Schneeman's going to be fine, I think. Yeah, it's over. He plays everywhere that Arias plays. And you know what he does? He wants to play everywhere. He's not going to tell Stephen Vogt, I'm not a first baseman.
He's going to go out there and play.
He's just going to. I was so happy for him when he got his hit the other day. Did you see the video of his family? Oh, my God. He's got 6 brothers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And his dad's a private investigator. Yes.
Wow.
His dad is a PI. How about that? Now, there's a occupation you don't hear of that often.
Very true.
I mean, on TV you do. There's TV shows, but there's not a lot in real life, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a private investigator. So the video of his family after was just so good. Like, and it's just like, gosh, you know, this guy, I remember him in Lake County and all the people who know everything. This guy, he's not even a prospect. There's no reason to even write about him or interview him or anything. Well, obviously,
he's something.
He did something right, didn't he? 33rd round pick? Yeah. He's doing pretty well.
Can't ever count a guy out.
He's hitting 400 right now, Josh. How about that? 400. Yeah.
Prove those people wrong.
Yeah.
Man.
Did any of those people ever hit 400 in their major league career?
Probably not.
No, they didn't. I mean, it is only 5 at bats, but still, he could be 0 for 5.
True.
He could be. He could have gone 0 for 5 and been back down at AAA like Jackson Holiday. Yeah. Or hey, how about Spencer Torkelson? Back at AAA. Torque. Oh yeah. Torque. He's something. The Tigers are going to win divisions because of him. Well, they might win the division with. He might win the division with Toledo. Yeah. So the fans in Detroit. I posted something in one of the groups, the national group, a while back, wondering if A.J. Hinch was going to get fired, if he's on the hot seat. And they kind of stuck up for him.
Interesting.
Said they didn't have a lot of talent. Wait a minute, I thought they have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Wasn't it last year they were telling us how young they were and how much talent was coming?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think it's A.J. Hinch is not a good manager. When you inherited the kind of talent he inherited in Houston, you should win. Like, the Tigers have some talent now, but not that Houston talent he inherited.
Yeah.
My God. You know what I mean?
You'd have to be a really bad coach to not win with that talent.
And they won without him, too. Dusty Baker won one. With less talent than A.J. Hinch had.
True.
You know? So, it's done my heart well noticing, too, that Alex Bregman, as I call him, Bergman, has struggled this year.
Yeah. For the past, 3 years.
Yeah, it's too bad.
I'm so sad, Tim.
So sad. Such a jerk. Arrogance. Like, I can't stand arrogance. You know, I can't. I think I've said that before on here.
Really?
I might have.
Sure?
I might have said that on here before. But let's move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers coaching search. A lot of names out there.
I did hear a few names.
I heard a rumor, and I don't know if there's anything to this. It would be great if it was, but this could be why it's taken so long too. I heard a rumor that the Warriors may buy out Steve Kerr.
Really?
And that would be the Cavs' top target.
Wow.
If they did. It kind of reminds me of when he took over in Golden State. Mark Jackson got him to a level, and then he took him to that next level. Could you imagine? Shut this off. People don't want to see the Buccaneers logo. Even though I do. But, yeah, so I that. Kenny Atkinson, candidate. Timberwolves top assistant who coached when the, New York's top assistant. I haven't heard Frank Vogel, which I'm very happy about.
There you
because
go.
I don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
I don't know who they should get. I don't. Whoever, I'm going to say it, and I used to be against the players controlling the league, but that's how it is now. Whoever Donovan Mitchell wants, I hope they get, so he can sign the extension. I feel like they're going to name the coach, and he's going to announce his extension either right before or right after. I think it's going to be pretty close together.
I can see that.
You know, so I mean, there's really not a lot we know.
Right.
I could sit here like some of the people and speculate.
And just pretend like you know everything.
I know. Don't those people get you? They amaze me.
Sometimes.
They think there's something.
They always do, Tim.
Yeah. I think what happens is when you're young, you want to be known. You know what I mean? You want to be known. So if you put stuff out there
that people will see
and
believe.
I'm past that stage. I'm past that. I just, you know what? I like the truth. I'm not a huge speculation person. Still have the canker sore, by the way.
Nah.
It's bugging the shit out of me.
Nah, I thought it was gone.
Well, it's by a tooth, and it keeps getting like, it's really annoying at this point. Doesn't hurt as much anymore. Just annoying. Makes me sound like I have a lisp. But so you know, we'll know when they know.
Very true.
You know, I just hope for Kobe Altman's sake he picks the right guy, because he'll be the next one looking if he doesn't.
Yeah.
So let's move on to
the most important sport?
The least important sport. Least important team. I saw that the Brooklyn Browns announced that they gave Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Barry an extension. Two things.
Okay.
Give your opinion on this first.
I mean, I think for the Browns, it's the right move. I mean, I'm a believer in Andrew Barry.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it isn't.
I'm a believer in Andrew Barry. I think he's a pretty decent football mind, and he knows what he's doing. And Stefanski has given some success to the Browns, more than the Browns have had.
I think it's Stefanski more than Barry
in the past couple of years. So I mean, I think it was just the right move.
Yeah, I think it's the right move too. It's going to be funny 2 series into the season if they don't score and they give up a touchdown. People calling for him to be fired.
Yeah,
which
they will. They will. I know.
Football's very reactive, and I think it's like that in a lot of cities. But I think it's higher here.
It is a very high.
So, but Stefanski, I think, deserves more credit than Barry, because I think Andrew Barry's kind of living the Kevin Cashman life. Kevin Cashman gets a lot of credit for the 90s Yankees when it was Bob Watson and Gene Michael who built that team. Really built that team.
Yeah.
From the minor league up. Because they didn't have a lot of guys they signed as free agents. They built that team from within.
Yeah.
They were able to keep guys too.
Right.
But and they added pieces. But it was Gene Michael and Bob Watson. And I feel like Andrew Barry is benefiting from John Dorsey. John Dorsey made one bad move. Hiring, his name's out of my head now, the coach after 1 year. Oh my God.
What's his face?
Oh no. Oh crap. Browns coach 2019.
Was it Hugh Jackson?
No, that was not him.
Was it?
Who was after him?
Oh my God.
Freddie
Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens. Yeah. That was his bad move. That was it.
Yeah.
And that cost him his job.
Yeah.
He got a job immediately after. Mm-hmm. So come on. And remember Browns fans when he was the GM. He built the Chiefs. He built the Packers. You know, he's amazing. And then all of a sudden, when they fire him, really because of the coaching hire, he don't know anything.
They switch up fast, Tim.
Well, yeah, because Berea's always right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's Stefanski more than Barry in my mind.
That's fair.
You know, the soulless Haslam staying out of it too. I think that helps.
Soulless.
You know, soulless Haslams. Yeah, they have no souls, those two. I think she's worse than him.
Yeah.
I think she's worse than him. How she scolded the media 2 years ago when at that press conference about Deshaun Watson. How she scolded the media. Who are you? Who are you?
She's the most important person ever, Tim.
Oh, of course, in her mind, because she's got money. You know, give me a break. I just, it's just so, that kind of stuff just bothers me so much when people act like that. Like they're just, like she just really scolded them because she thought she was better than them. And there's no reason to think that wasn't why Susan Haslam scolded them. Mm-hmm. I like to call her by her real name now. Because you know what? In my mind, when you're a jerk, you don't deserve a nickname. Well, unless it's like asshole or something like that. But, yeah, no, she's Susan Haslam to me.
Fair enough, Tim.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, but no, I think they both deserved extensions.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
And look, we're not going to have to pay him if they fire him after this year or something.
Yeah, right. It's not on us.
He could pay him. Jimmy and Susan can pay him.
Jimmy and Susan.
Yeah. So maybe they won't be able to have, if they have to pay him, maybe they won't be able to have a party or two catered by like Martha Stewart. Because they'll have to pay those contracts off, but maybe they still can.
We'll see.
But yeah, so we both agreed they were good
Yeah.
extensions.
Yeah.
Good extensions. Well, I'm not going to totally change on him, and it has zero to do with him being a former Buccaneer.
Okay.
Zero. But when you're an alcoholic and you get sober, that's a positive.
Very true.
And that happened his last season in Tampa, I guess. But what I've seen so far from Jameis Winston, just some interviews, some interactions with different fans at things, this guy might have changed.
Really? Really?
He might have changed. Deshaun Watson's still a jerk. You can tell.
Soulless.
But you could just look at him. The way he acts. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that he is all for Deshaun, and that is it. I think Winston's gotten to that point where I think almost every athlete gets to. I'm not 21 anymore. I want to win something before this is over.
That's a seasoned athlete right there.
Yeah. And I feel like he's gotten to that point.
That's good, though.
Does that completely erase the things he's done in the past? No. But he's got to live with those.
Yeah.
Until Deshaun Watson shows me that he gives a shit about somebody but himself, even his teammates. Okay, yeah, we're not there. We don't know what goes on at practice. We don't know how he is on the practice field. But, I don't know, try to stay on the field. Some guys play through injuries and then have surgery after the season. They do.
Oh, I know it.
How many times did Joe Thomas have surgery after the season? Joe Batonio. The man could barely walk last year, okay?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those linemen are tough.
I mean, it's just so, and I know he wasn't a great NFL quarterback, but Chris Sims, bleeding internally, finished the game.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield, bad decision.
Very bad decision.
Very bad decision. But I don't blame him because they should have told him, you're done.
True.
That's Andrew Berry.
True.
And that's Stefanski.
That was Stefanski.
Let's not give them a pass on that.
I told people it was Stefanski. I should have sat him.
Yeah. You're the bosses. So, but he played through it as long as he could. You know what I mean? They went from a tough guy who really is tough because he backs it up. He does. To a guy that, well, I'm getting paid a lot of money. I'm good. I'm going to sit out this week.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
You're telling me.
Aaron Rodgers isn't like that. And I don't like Aaron Rodgers off the field. But Aaron Rodgers isn't like that. Peyton Manning wasn't like that.
True.
He didn't retire until they told him, well, you can hit one more time, you're going to be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll retire.
All right, I might retire.
Yeah. So Brady played.
Longevity.
Watson's not even close to any of those guys. Browns fans act like he's the second coming of Jesus. Stop it.
Browns fans make you believe that about a lot of people.
Oh, fifth string guard. I mean, All right.
Your backup assistant tight ends coach.
Well, we've given them their time in June.
True.
We've talked about them for like 10 minutes.
Jeez. What are we doing?
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
It happens.
But we're going to finish this now so we stay under 30. I've got one more thing.
Okay.
We got to say congratulations to everybody who won awards. The Wicked baseball team.
Yes.
And former technical producer, Noah Dope, most improved offensive player.
Mm-hmm.
His average went up from last year, doubled basically. Yes. Really good year for Noah Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Huge
better in the
improvement.
outfield too.
Huge improvement.
Yes. So I was really happy when he got that. I got a little choked up, actually. I did. I was really happy when I had no idea too, because I don't think anybody finds out right until even the coaches. Like I know I never know, but I'm not sure even some of the coaches know until Ed doesn't know. I know that
Really?
until but it was really good to see Noah win that.
Yeah.
And he's recovering well from the tonsillectomy, which is very rare now. But you don't want to have those problems as you get older.
No.
Yeah, so it's good to breathe.
True.
It's good to
Very
breathe.
true, Tim.
It really is.
Very true.
It is. And I knew that like probably the second I breathed for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, you find that out right away in
You
life.
do find that out pretty quickly.
You do. But I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
And I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Josh Dome.
And we'll see you next week. Back on Tuesday,
Go
probably.
Guards.
Go Guardians.